Alright, hey guys, so this is the start of my YouTube channel and the first episode of Create with Griffin. So today I'm thinking we are going to be creating little mushroom men. I like to make these guys a lot, pretty easy to create and they're fun to make. We are going to be getting started with making these mushrooms. So I think I'm going to start with a blue. You can kind of do any color you really want with the kind of like top head part. And then usually I do a white color just because it's usually mushrooms, although I have also done black as well. Yeah, so I'm going to start with some blue. You can kind of make them, I mean, there's a couple, if we look up to our mushroom backdrop, you can do pretty much any of these shapes you really want to. Alright, so let's get this show on the road. So I just chose like a kind of yellowish, goldish color. Primo Sculpting, you know, it's pretty nice. The stem on. Now, of course, I have tools that I use. I don't use them all the time. I more use them for like detail and stuff like that. When I'm doing super small stuff, I like using my hands more than I like using tools. But, you know, they're always helpful. Definitely good to have some good tools. So I just chose like a kind of pokey, smallish one. And then I'm gonna do this. Make little pupils. These are just gonna be round balls, like so. One guy's a little bigger than the other. I like to make them a little mix matched. See what I'm saying? Main mushroom. That's kind of like just like a cute little mushroom with eyes right now. But now comes the fun part, which is where we get to put some teeth, give them maybe like a tongue, all the kind of like creepy, cool looking stuff that I like to add. Now I'm thinking I want to add one teeth that's a little brown looking like this. This is a really cool color that I like to use. Also, I'm pretty sure it's Primo Sculpey as well. And then I have a particular white color that I like to use, which is almost like a little see-through. If I can fucking find it. Hold on. Alright, so I found the piece. It's pretty dirty right now. Pretty easy to fix though, since clay is one of those type of things which is like, whenever you get it kind of dirty, you just choose a spot. I'm going to choose this spot. I take my nail, kind of just scrape it a bit. take off some of the brown and whatnot that gets on it. Like that. And then you kind of just take from that spot that you scraped away. And now we can start with the teeth. Now when I do the teeth, I kind of just want to take like a nice solid chunk, you know. Of course these are quite small. You can make them bigger if you want. Maybe we'll do one bigger after this. But you kind of just make them into little balls, right? There we go. So this is what we have going on. We've got the little mushroom friend here, and we've got the little balls for the teeth. Now, when you do the teeth, there's many ways to do it. You can make them sharp, you can make them flat. I'm thinking this time I'm gonna make them flat, so I think I'm gonna use this guy right here. It's got a kind of saw tip, which I'm not gonna really use, but it has this kind of round, flat piece, which is pretty helpful. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the pad that I have this, kind of flatten it out, make it into teeth. Doop. Doop. So that's kind of looking a bit more like a tooth. So I'm gonna be trying to put up a video every week, making this stuff go pretty far. Obviously this is the first installment. I am unsure if I'm gonna be like kind of commentating through this whole thing, or if I'm gonna be teaching you. I'm not really sure. I don't consider myself good enough to be a teacher yet. I'm still a student of sculpture. I like to take classes at the Art Students League. I have done stone carving, wood carving, clay. I've even done a little bit of plaster. That didn't go so well, but I did it. And I've also done some ceramics. You know, wasn't really into ceramics. I tried it. Wasn't really my jam. I don't know. I like creating creatures. Once again, I'm using my thumbnail as kind of almost like a press. I like making creatures, building little dioramas sometimes. I do painting, but not really a like pottery kind of person. I don't know. I don't know if you can tell or not, but I kind of fuck pottery. No offense to potters, but you know, fuck pottery. Personally, I mean, I definitely have seen some pretty amazing pottery done, but you know, not my jam. Not my jam. So right now I'm kind of like, I didn't really like how the green was drooping into the yellow that I had going on. So I kind of just fixed that a little bit. Although, now there's some green on the blue and I don't really like that. This is one of my nicer tools. This is like a wooden version of that plastic thing I was using. Good for like smoothing stuff out and whatnot. Sculpture is actually, especially when you're working small scale, it's all about the little touches. It's nothing big. The bigger you make your touches, the more likely you are to mess it up. So there's this kind of 3 teeth. I was gonna add this guy, but you know, I think he actually just looks good the way he is. So there's kind of just like the super basic version of little toxic mushroom friend here. Now of course you can do much higher detail stuff. You can make them look more gross and cool looking. Like I showed in the beginning of the video, I've done a lot of these guys. Like this guy, one of my faves. Just look at him, just sticking his tongue out at everybody, man. He doesn't care about the world. The world doesn't care about him. Yeah. So let's do one more mushroom. I think this one I'm gonna do in this kind of bright green color as the top. You know, good colors, bright colors. I'm gonna make this guy a lot bigger than the other little mushroom friend. So here's his top. And then I'm gonna make him have, let's use this white as eyeball color. So I always first choose the colors that I like to use. It kind of helps me decide how I want to make my characters when I decide the colors that I'm going to use first when I'm sculpting in Sculpey. Let me know if you guys also want to see me do bigger stuff in just normal modeling clay and not Sculpey, which will obviously be smaller because I can't buy pounds and pounds of Sculpey. Well, at some point maybe I'll be able to, but for right now I can't. Sculpey's not really made for big old characters. But yeah, let me know if you guys want to see some like big kind of masterpiece pieces. Obviously that'll be a longer video because it just takes longer to make. I mean, this will be hopefully a short video because I'm going to be putting good music in this post Griffin. Remember to do that. Alright, so I think these are the colors I'm going to use. So, to start with, I want to make his head a bit different. I think I'm going to make this guy, they're, you know those mushrooms that are kind of like, they're like weird, they got like, wait, hold on. They're like kind of a little bit taller, you know, and they've got like these lines through them, like, they're kind of like, I'm forgetting the name of those mushrooms. Maybe I'll put it in post. But they got like these holes in them. I want to make one of those guys. And then I think I'm going to give him nice sharp things with a yellow tongue. I think that'll look pretty snazzy. Now another thing mushrooms have, I'm pretty sure, is they have like this little like floof here, and they also usually have like kind of almost like a holder around the bottom. That guy, that piece right there, I'm gonna add that. Okay, so I'm gonna add that at some point. This is kind of like the shape of the little hole-filled mushroom. Now I'm gonna do his eyeballs, which are gonna be these fellas right here. Always good if the clay seems kind of hard, that usually means it's gonna crack or break off. So you always want to kind of warm it up with your fingers, kind of moving it around, squishing it a bit. And then you take your mushroom, you choose a spot and you stick damn eyes on it. There we go. And then I'm gonna give him a little mouth right here. Make that yellow tongue protrude, do a bit of protrusion. Where's my pokey? One of the most important tools a sculptor can have is a pokey stick. But I'm not seeing it right now. Hold on. 'Tis embedded in clay. Yes! So we're back. We got the pokey. So this is probably one of the most used tools. Pretty simple looking. It's literally just a pokey bit. I mean, I don't know how else to explain it except pokey. But yeah, it's pokey. I said sharp teeth, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said sharp teeth. And I wanted to put that little thing on there as well, so I'm remembering those things. Too big. And there we have it, a little mushroom friend. Now obviously he doesn't really have bottom teeth. I feel like I could add that actually. Wait, hold on, that's pretty easy. Just put it like right there. And now he looks like he has bottom teeth. Alright, so there we go, little mushroom friend. He's got little holes in him because he's a poisonous friend. Now, I would imagine all of these mushroom guys, they're pretty poisonous, right? They don't look edible by any means. I mean, probably a few of these have got some psychoactive properties, like, definitely this guy. This guy definitely has some psychoactive properties. Just look at him. He's like asking to give you a fucking trip. But most of these guys are probably very poisonous. If you see a mushroom with teeth and a tongue, you probably shouldn't. You should probably call a doctor, first of all. But second of all, you should probably run, because that's not normal. They don't even have the calcium to produce teeth. They shouldn't have teeth, you know? Alright. So there we have it. We have two little mushroom friends. You know, they're obviously one's a little more freaky than the other. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment if there's a particular thing you want me to sculpt, if there's a character maybe you want to see. Besides that, I'm going to be having an Instagram running pretty soon. Follow me there. I'm going to put that in the link in the description. And peace out.